Hey pal, my name is Sam Alkhatib. Maybe you've seen me before, maybe you haven't. Regardless, come join me as I walk around this park and talk about things. It's a beautiful day today. Today is August 7th, 2025. Let's have some fun. So if you don't know who I am, hi. As I said, my name is Sam Alkhatib. I like to make silly videos of me eating food and talking about it. Maybe you've seen some of my shorts where I kind of just sit there at my dining room table. I dress up as different characters and talk about different topics. Lately I've been doing a lot of drawing videos. I used to always draw as a kid. I decided to incorporate it into my videos recently and it's been really fun. You know, when I first started making videos, I used to do what I'm doing right now. I started out making long form YouTube videos just like this, where I would just walk around different parts of my hometown in Staten Island, New York, and I would just talk about what I saw, talk about what I was thinking and feeling. I don't know, I just kind of had the itch to do that again today. So thanks for joining me if you're here. It really is a beautiful day. Like, this summer has been hot now. This summer has been a hot one in New Jersey. Like, I remember thanking God that it was only 90 degrees one day. That's a hot summer. But today it's like 81. You know, it's like 12:30 right now and it's 81 degrees. What is this thing? Look at that. Look at that. I'm using a GoPro. I don't know how to zoom in, but behind me there's like some sort of like, it says bee hotel. They made a hotel for bees. This is why I like people. So I've really been just like going back and forth in my mind with this whole content creator deal. I'm not 1000% sure where I'm going with all this stuff. You know, it really did blossom into something more than I ever thought it would be. I'm sure a lot of business owners in general understand that feeling, but content creation is a little bit more of a tricky situation because it's like when you start a business, right? So I was just saying to my barber today, actually, he started a power washing business. If you go to start a power washing business, you start that business with the thought in mind, like, I want to offer a service and get paid for it. I promise you, most content creators did not start making videos with that idea in mind. They thought, man, I just think it would be so cool to make videos and see what happens. Like, of course, there's that idea that maybe one day you can make money. That's a fun thought, but like, that's not like, I could speak for me, I guess, but that's not why I went into this, you know? And then it starts to happen and you're like, whoa, what's going on? It's not a surprise when you start a power washing business or you open a restaurant when you start making money. That's what you kind of intended to do. You like to do this service and you want to get paid for it. But when it comes to content creation and, you know, most passions in general, it's like you just kind of like to do this thing. I always liked making videos. I was the kid with his handy cam as a kid. Took my mom's handy cam with VHS tapes in it and used to just clip little scenes together, film my favorite TV shows and clip them up. And it just kind of turned into this thing. You know, I started making long form videos like this. And then I started making short form videos and those started to do really well. And things just kind of blossomed into what they are now. And now it's to the point where I am making money. Not serious money, you know, I'm not looking at houses in Malibu, but at the same time, it gets you thinking about the future and like what you want to do with all of this, what direction you could take it in. When I first started making videos, sorry, there's a bug bothering me. When I first started making videos, these are the types of videos I used to make. I used to just walk around Staten Island, New York, where I'm originally from, and just look around and observe things. What I'm doing now is more like a vlog style walking webcam video, but you know, at least you get to see some nice stuff in the background. I gotta say, I gotta think of something. I'm literally extending my arm out right now holding a GoPro and it's not the move. Like, it kind of gets tiring. So I'm just starting to think about where I want to take all of this. You know, I've been making short form videos for a long time now. I always loved making long form videos. Want to start getting back into that. I love making these walking tour videos. Maybe I could start going to different places around the country, around the world, make my shorts in the meantime. I also like these kinds of videos because in 100% of my videos, I'm usually playing some sort of a character, either 1, 2, 6, you know, and they're all different characters. I like these videos because I get to be me. I get to just be me and talk to the camera and talk to you guys. Don't mind me. If you're wondering, Sam, you're just walking circles around a cornfield? Basically, I'm literally in this garden section of this park and just walking around in circles. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Yeah, man, making videos is just really fun. That's something I kind of had an epiphany this summer where I was just like, man, I really like doing this. This isn't just something that I'm imagining. I was very much in denial about what was happening in my life for a long time. I'm sure a lot of content creators have gone through that, where it's just like, no way there's millions of people who subscribe or follow subscribe to or follow me. You know, it's just not possible. It's not actually happening. And then one day you kind of take a step back. You're like, man, this seems to be happening. You know, this is happening. Let's go with it. Let's have some fun. I was a little scared, a little nervous at first when it started happening. Sorry guys, I paused for a second. There was a guy walking his dog. I didn't want to freak him out. But one of the first signs that this was all happening for me was when my students started coming up to me and saying, oh my God, I saw you on YouTube. I saw you on TikTok. You know, it was a little nerve-wracking at first. Like I was kind of like, oh my God, like what's going on here? Like it was really fun and flattering. Of course, I enjoyed that it was happening, but it was like, man, like, okay, this is happening. And then I started going into like grocery stores and people would recognize me. And then, you know, then I had family members from like other states like, holy bananas, man, is that you? Yeah, it's been quite a journey. But this summer I finally had the thought like, man, this is really cool that this is happening. This is everything I've ever wanted to happen. I've said it before in videos. I'll say it again. Like I remember the first time I saw the YouTube logo on a computer screen. I was in my friend's den where they had their little computer room. You know, it's like an old school like Dell computer. It was 2005, like when it first came out. I remember them going onto YouTube. They were like, yeah, like you watch videos on here. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, people just put videos on there that they made. That was it for me. I knew right then and there. It didn't click right away, but right then and there, that's when I first had the thought like, that's interesting. You know, I wasn't even aware that that could be a thing, you know, that people could do that. I just knew that I wanted to make videos and show them to people. And the thought that you could make your own video and put it on the internet for people to see, I was immediately intrigued right there. I'm not gonna say I was born knowing what I wanted to do and I was destined to do this and all this stuff, like, but that was the first time in my life. Like, I didn't grow up wanting to be a doctor or a lawyer. As I grew up later in life, I became a teacher because I loved the idea that I could be a good influence and teach children. I'm blessed enough where I teach kids how to make videos. I'm a teacher who gets to teach children the thing I love to do. That doesn't always happen. There are a lot of teachers who sadly have to teach a certain subject because that's what was available. I was so blessed to be able to become a teacher who teaches the thing he loves to do. Imagine like you're super into knitting or like some very niche area in life, and you get to teach it and get benefits and a full salary and all these things, and then get to make videos on the side. You know, I really have a blessed life. I've really just been thinking a lot about like how I really want to do this correctly. I really want to be a content creator. I've kind of just always been like dipping my toe in the lake, like not really fully grasping the fact that I have a pretty large following. You know, I'm no Mr. Beast, I'm no Mark Rober, any of these guys, but I am finally at the point where it's kind of hit me that I have a pretty large following and I enjoy it. I'm not ashamed to say that this is exactly what I want to be happening. So I'm going to embrace it. And I hope a lot of you are here for the ride. And for those of you who have been here for the ride this whole time, thanks for being here. All right, guys. Till next time.